and welcome to Rad Rolls. We find our detective in a room in the hotel, a forested room, room 302, lying next to the dead body of one Teddy and the maybe alive body of the other Teddy, actively, essentially stabbing this fellow right into the back. With that, in this scene, there is a high chance that Teddy's about to wake up and see his own body. So what are you going to do? Oh, by the way, the supernumerary, I believe, is Mike's character, right? You are in control because you stabbed him.
I did indeed stab poor Teddy. Well, in this brief moment before hopefully he awakens, does anyone have any input on what's happening? We've learned the hotel's owner is Vivian and her husband is Guy Van Guy. Next stop should be to talk to Guy Van Guy. What do people think? We're hopefully when Teddy awakens, we'll be able to move forward. Any input or ideas?
Yeah, hopefully when Teddy awakens, we're not here holding the murder weapon.
Oh, I don't think that's going to be an issue.
Is that because we're leaving?
No, he'll wake up. He'll see that he's got a second chance in life, and what more could someone want than a second chance? I don't think he's going to be upset about the stabbing because he's fine. This Teddy is fine. Who cares about previous dead Teddy? Man, he's got a second chance at life, just like we do. Let's embrace it. Let's get him to embrace it, and maybe he'll help us.
So here's the thing. If somebody at a bar randomly doesn't like us picking up on them and needs us in the balls, just because the next day it doesn't hurt anymore, doesn't mean it doesn't hurt our feelings. I think he's going to take it personally that we stabbed him. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, I disagree. I disagree with that worldview. I think he's gonna be elated at this new chance.
Can I ask, why did you stab him again? I thought we were questioning him.
Yeah, but what a great way to question someone, than to stab them and watch as life bleeds out from them. And then that's the most honest someone can be, right? When they're in what they think are their final moments and you present, give us the information. You're dying. What does it matter? What do lies matter if you're dying? But hey, guess what?
Is your plan to repeat this ad nauseum while we accrue a larger body count and he slowly comes to the realization that he's just going to come back alive and therefore is immortal, and therefore every time we kill him it might not necessarily mean that he doesn't have the same scruples about revealing all that information because he knows he's just going to come back to life and therefore he can keep those secrets?
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering on that. Was your plan to just keep stabbing him painfully to death until he tells us what he wants to know? Because I have to say, I don't really have an issue with the method. Maybe just more the methodology, because this could take a really long time.
That wasn't my intention. I kind of thought this was like a one-time only deal. I didn't think this was like an infinite rebirth loop in this room. Do we know if it's an infinite birth loop?
I don't know, but that's a terrible way to question somebody. We should stab him again if he doesn't tell us what we want to know, or we should just pretend this never happened. Yeah, maybe hide the dead body so that he thinks it was all a bad dream.
We did.
And he doesn't learn anything.
We are theoretically the ones that need to learn something.
Yeah, that was.
We are not his teachers.
Yeah,
aren't we all though? Aren't we all each other's teachers?
No,
not in this case. We want him to teach us something we don't know about who killed our brother, and I am still of the opinion we should skip Mr. Guy Von Guy and go straight to the boss man, because the boss man, right now, the closest thing to a working theory we have is the boss man was doing something to try and get this hotel from the owner, either by setting up the owner to want to sell because, it's a murder hotspot, or just possibly figuring out a way to murder her. As far as we know, she might have been murdered before. If she was murdered in this room, would she know? Maybe have we actually looked through this room to see if there's any other bodies in here?
Kind of a big room.
Yeah, true, but that seems like maybe we missed a step there. Unless, of course, you think that she was cut up and served to us as meat, but I know I might be going a little off track here.
Well, now I think she was cut up and served to us as meat. We
But
did
she's
eat a
still
lot of
alive.
meat.
Yeah, meat's fantastic, but I'd prefer it to not be long pig, if you know what I mean.
All right, so we better move fast. If we want to skedaddle, we better skedaddle. But I think we should probably take Stabby Boy, the one that's going to wake up, out of this room so he doesn't see his own dead body.
Oh, that's in here. Let's do
Toss
that.
him out, close the door, and search for more bodies in here. This is a big room. It is a forest.
Well, for now, if we're questioning him, let's keep going with that. Let's drag him out of the room, convince him that he had some sort of walking daymare and he should tell us the truth to unburden his conscience.
Who do we know that does magic?
Van Guy.
Oh, please don't say Guy. Oh.
Now,
He's
all
a
I'm saying is if I wanted to get somebody off of my tracks, I would distract them with crazy magic rooms with death loops. If I knew magic.
You think he knows real magic?
Yeah, that's
he's a
kind
wizard.
of a stretch. Yeah,
Okay,
that's a
okay.
difference
We're
between
saying it's a stretch, and we just
harlotry and
found
actual-
a room where death doesn't exist in this guy's hotel. Guy Van Guy's hotel.
Guy Van
And you're
Guy's
telling me you
hotel.
don't believe that he might be able to do real magic?
All right, you got me there. All right, let's go find the wizard and bring Stabby Boy with us. All
Should we
agreed?
call him
Agreed.
Sure, but should we call him Stabby Boy? Because technically we are the Stabby Boy. We did the stabbing.
What is the name? Timmy?
It's
Tammy?
Stabby
Tam?
with 2 A's. He was
Yeah,
the
his name is-
Stabby.
His name...
Stabby.
Good, okay, that's a good point. His name was Teddy. So Teddy Stabby... As opposed to Stabber.
Stabby Van Stabby.
Yeah, and
The formerly
we are-
stabbed Teddy.
and we are Stabber the super detective.
All right, we're going to start dragging Teddy out of the murder forest room. The not the stabbed one.
yeah,
The
so
one
when
who
you-
should wake up.
Sure. An obvious, at this point, difference. As you pull Teddy out and close the door disappears in front of you. In fact, you look through the hall, and all of the doors have disappeared except for one, which is room 301.
Have we been in room 301 yet? I don't think we have.
No.
Do we have a key for
Is
301?
Teddy still unconscious? Oh, he's waking.
No.
Let's go
He's
open-
unconscious.
Let's go open 301.
Um,
He'll be fine.
Let's go open 301.
Oh, okay. Hopefully it's not locked.
Okay. You come up to the door of room 301 and it is
All right.
locked. What do you do?
Check
Anybody-
Teddy for some keys.
Ooh,
me-
that is a very good idea.
That's a good idea.
Okay, yeah. Can I believe this is the supernumerary that's still in control. What would this be?
Let's
Looking for a key. Would this be like a? Let me think. Let me get my brain into this game. Go, brain. Get into the game. Get into the game. I think this would be an interlock roll. So you have +1 in that.
So 2d20. What am I rolling?
2d6.
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 /R. Yeah, there you go.
It's not a good roll. Not a good roll.
You've got a deja vu.
Yep. You do have a deja vu. It is 4. If you would like to spin that deja vu, you can bring it up to a
Let's
mixed
do
success.
that. Spin the deja vu.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of are looking around Teddy's body and are kind of like pulling in pockets. And you find just a kind of a master key, I would say. That's kind of attached to a janitor clip. Vivian Vivance's Vivancium, not necessarily one known for security, apparently, and just giving all the employees a master key. You take this, and now you have the key to the door.
Let's open it up and hang on to those keys.
All right, you open up the door, and it is a regular hotel room with a bed, a nightstand with a lamp, a small bathroom. There's a chair. It looks untouched and well made in this
Also,
room.
as a reminder, we have no concept of what a drawer is.
And generally, we think furniture is really stupid.
Some of the door, like, look
This
at
is
this
a confusing room.
idiot's room.
This is bullshit they have.
Do we
Since
wanna-
we're dealing in a world with potential magic,
Toss it.
let's go to that room. and
Toss the
start-
room.
Toss the
Toss
room.
it.
Yeah, like touch things, pull off sheets, look through those strange
Yeah.
wooden openings in this idiot furniture.
Yeah, roll exo familiarity for me.
Do it
to
good.
kind of do that.
No chance.
That's +1.
Yeah.
It's a 7.
Exo familiarity +1 is a mixed success. That's 7. You remember in every room there's been something about a lamp.
Yeah. Let's
Oh,
take a
lamp.
deep breath and touch the lamp.
Pull it 3 times. Pull it. Pull it. You've got to pull it.
All right. Well, 1,
Yes.
Mississippi.
Yes.
2,
Yes.
Mississippi. 3, Mississippi.
Oh.
All of a sudden, in a blackout, your vision kind of goes away, and you return to at the front of a doorway in a very, I wouldn't say it's a basement. It's almost like basement-y in that regard. The floors have some concrete about them. There's some wood. It's kind of like there's some pipes and stuff running through the ceiling, but all the way at the end of this basement, there is a mechanical horse. Like you've seen, maybe, I don't know when you've seen a mechanical horse. There's a mechanical horse, and there's a man in a full suit riding this
A
mechanical
full suit
horse.
of just a suit, or like a suit of armor.
A formal suit. He's got brown hair. Hang on, let me get the description for this guy pulled up. He's a man in a full suit. He's got the not necessarily thinning hair, but it's kind of coned back a little bit. He's got kind of a slender, pointy nose. Nondescript white man, just in a full suit, riding a mechanical horse.
As one
We
does.
don't recognize it.
If you want to try to, I don't know. No, you don't recognize him. I don't know of a way that you would be able to recognize him.
Does he look? Is he facing us? Facing away? I'm sorry.
He's facing away. He's facing kind of like as you look. The imagine like you're looking at the mechanical horse at the local Walmart, and there's a small child on it. They're not going to be facing directly at you as you walk in. They're kind of going to be at the side. So he's just riding his little toy mechanical horse.
Well, by all means, we need to meet this interesting new gentleman. And I will pass the glass at this point to. It should go to the real detective. So May, I'm going to pass it to you.
Okay. So I'm going to step back a little bit and try and figure out. So the other two rooms had something either magical or supernatural or about them. What about this room seems magical and supernatural, other than the fact that it was not a basement a second ago?
You're trying to figure out like the supernatural element of this room. Okay, yeah. You're trying to piece this together. I think extra familiarity again to kind of like figure out the strangeness.
All right, roll good.
Ooh, a 10. Yeah. With that, you're going to get a point of deja vu for you. And you have been to a number of these rooms now, and the best you can piece together is these rooms are almost like a parallel dimension or a pocket dimension. Like they exist static for you outside of time and space. The doors and the lights are the mechanisms that kind of control when it's turned on. When you leave the door is when it's turned off. That is what is unusual about this. The other unusual thing is you've never, outside of a Mothman, you've never seen a real person just hanging out in this room that isn't trying to that went into it. You've never seen this man before.
Not familiar with him. Gotcha.
I'd like to bring up two things.
Okay.
First, with exofamiliarity, we do have an expertise. When a PC successfully investigates the exofamiliar, they also learn whether it's dangerous or how it could be. Second, with the chiaroscuro earning a deja vu, that fills up our detective deja vu track. So I will let you determine the order of operations there.
That's interesting. Okay. I tell you what. Out of game and out of character, the moment that you leave this room, we're going to do that scene.
Got it.
But let's play out.
Okay.
Let's play out this. And then the moment that you leave, you're going to get a flashback that's going to be able to help you with
Sounds
the
good.
investigation.
That brings us to whether what we learned is dangerous or how it could be.
Not dangerous. This person looks to fit into this room. The room is unusual, and they are not unusual in it.
Okay, how about the horse? Is the horse dangerous?
No.
It's a logical
Could
question.
we
If
actually
we were
be
in the Federal
basement
Bureau of
the hotel?
Control,
All right, I say we just talk to the guy.
Okay.
Yeah,
that what you're going to do? All right. What are you? Are you just going to walk up to him? What's the approach here?
I'm going to walk up, sort of beside him, and go. Excuse me, sir. So do you have a minute? I have a couple questions. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but would you mind if I just kind of pretend to walk alongside the horse you're pretending to ride and ask you a couple quick questions?
Oh, apologies, miss. This is my calisthenic routine. I typically do on on most days. Back in the day, I was quite the rider, and I wanted to bring a piece of it with me, if you know what I mean.
Working on your core and
yes,
your glutes, huh?
I don't really recognize you.
Well, I could say the same about you, sir. I don't recognize you. Have you been here long?
Yeah, I've lived here for probably, I would say, let me think, at least 2 years.
It's funny. There's it's kind of outside this room, a little bit far away. It's hard to tell how far. There's like a museum with a horse that's like kind of in a similar looking pose to what you're riding here.
Yes. We're starting. It's essentially it's like a museum of personal history of the nature of life. It is a ways away, but it's supposed to be very, very stimulating for the younger folks. If you catch the drift that I'm.
Believe I am. So, how much longer on your calisthenics routine?
No, mine. I'm happy to answer any questions that you have. But I really should be getting back to...
Sure.
back to my
I understand.
yes.
I understand. I mean, I don't want to be a bother. What was your name again? I'm sorry, I didn't catch it.
You can call me Calvin.
Calvin, that's a great name.
Yes.
So, Calvin, have you stayed at any hotels recently?
I would say at least a few in my regards of the number of places that I've decided to stay. Have been, I would say, well within my means.
When I say recently, I mean like in the last couple of days. Did you check in? Maybe.
Yes, I've done travel in the past couple of days for sure. It certainly happens on the occasion that I'm able to get out. Love to get out.
Great to
and
know.
see 'em all.
Have you ever stayed at the Vivarium?
The Vivian Vivarium. No, I rightly can't say that I have stayed at the Vivian Vivarium.
Have I got a surprise for you? Currently, you are inside the Vivian Vivarium, apparently.
No, I think you're sir, I think you're confused. This is not a hotel.
So where is it? It looks very comfortable. Where is this exactly? That we're standing right now.
I mean, I think, quite honestly, I'm not 100% sure where you're in or why you even got in here. But, madam, sir, you're in the White House.
Oh, which one?
The one, the whitest.
The whitest of White Houses.
Yes. It's where the President of the United States of America lives.
Oh, fantastic.
Yes.
Are you the President of the United States, Calvin?
Oh. Yes.
Well, it's
very much so.
It's a pleasure to meet you, sir. And she's gonna.
Yes.
This portion of his brain has like a little bit of a brain implosion moment. It goes, okay. Either he's crazy or this is not just. Ooh, there's a lot going on here.
Not
Calvin,
mutually exclusive. Mutually exclusive.
True enough. Calvin, what One more question. I'm so sorry. I just don't want to bother you. Just one more quick question. What year is it?
Oh, it's, I believe, 19 and 23. Or no.
Oh,
yes,
yeah,
19 and 23. Yes.
That makes perfect sense. Please do enjoy the remainder of your calisthenics, and it's
The remainder
been a
of your
great
presidency.
Enjoy the remainder of your presidency. Yeah.
Oh,
Uh,
thank you, darling. I must go. I will see you
will
soon.
you? That's great to know. Please go about your business, and
Yes, he begins to. He starts shuffling, and he starts kind of like shuffling quicker, and starts running towards the door. And he yells, "Security! Security! Security!" and runs
out the door
out
that
the
I
door.
just came in. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, well, I am very curious to see if security comes in through the door that we came through, or
I'm not curious about that at all. Let's not find out.
well, that would be an easy answer to if we actually time traveled and he's the real president, or he's just a loon who doesn't actually have security. Don't you want to figure that out?
If it involves security, no.
Okay. I am going to hand the glass over to my most paranoid instinct, because the last thing I need right now is to be spending the night in a jail cell or a brig. We just don't have nobody got time for that.
But if we did time travel, I mean, 1923 ain't great, but it's a little bit better, I think, than where we came from. So this might work out, guys.
By the most paranoid, I'm going to assume you meant the light
Yes.
touch.
Yes, I meant the light touch.
I was going to ask because that could really. There's a few that could fit.
There's directions you could go.
So the one who was expressing the most trepidation at security being called in.
Oh yeah, me and security. No,
Yeah.
It's a different type
So
of paranoid.
light touch, it's all
Yeah.
you. And I
right.
guess can I take another point since I already maxed out the detective track? I don't know if I can. I can.
Yes, you can. It just starts. It starts again, and the moment that you leave this room, you're gonna get a flashback.
Right. Fair enough.
Okay.
So you're just banking one on it.
Flashback to when we were the vice president. No, I'm kidding. Or am I?
All right. I am now in control. Fight or flight mode is engaged. I would like to assess the exits in this room.
There is only one, and it is the doorway that you came through. This is from what you can tell that this is a basement
Gotcha.
with one doorway.
Okay. Next step, I want to assess potential hiding spaces.
Hiding spaces, I would say behind the mechanical horse is like it's a large piece. It's for an adult man. An adult man rides this mechanical horse. Basement wise, a lot of stuff has been cleared out of here, really just to make room for this mechanical horse. This mechanical horse is the star
Calvin
of the
Coolidge
show.
wants his mechanical horse. He gets his mechanical horse.
We barricade the door with the mechanical horse.
No, we don't want to be. We don't want to be
wait.
trapped in here. We don't want to be
We would be
stuck in
trapped.
here because then we wouldn't be able to get out. So,
You
I'm
think
gonna
we're
hustle
already not
over-
trapped?
not yet. I'm going to hustle over to the door and take a peek out. What do I see?
You see the hallway of the hotel.
Is there any action in the hallway of the hotel?
Nope.
Well, I think our work in here is done. I want out of this potential death trap, so I'm going to leave the room and close the door, and that's that.
And as you close the door disappears behind you.
I don't know whether to be relieved or or fearful. Our recently stabbed and reborn friend. Is he in the hallway still?
Yeah, he's starting to wake up, and he's like getting lucid about him. Yes, he's there. He's not going to spy you automatically because he's like just like coma, wake up, wiping the sleepies out of the eyes.
That's cool. I'm not sure if we're the first thing he needs to see. What do we do? How do I get out of this mess is more likely.
You have a map of the resort.
I'm
as
looking at the map right now, and we've pretty much exhausted all of the rooms on the 3rd floor. But the problem is the light touch isn't very invested in the murder case as much as they are with getting out of this.
You also now have master keys, so I feel like
this is true.
You might just make a break for it.
But also they can disappear remotely.
And also there could be stuff to buy or sell or steal, basically. Steal's the word.
Oh, are we getting a flashback?
Oh, yeah, maybe that.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. So your vision goes dark, and you kind of look around with your eyes, and you are floating. You are floating in a river. Above you look, and there's a giant bridge, and you look at yourself on the bridge, looking at yourself in the water. And you see the gaze of Mothman shine upon you and follow you into the light. Its eyes shine so bright that it lights up various stages as you're going down the river. One stage holds a number of people in cloaks, praying to a central figure that's draped in giant feathers, all black. You pass that scene by, and another scene plays out between Vivian Vivance and Guy Van Guy, writing down a number of different things on a notepad, while a kind of a pin board is placed up in the air, and they're putting different pins onto the pin board with various faces of people and everything splitting. You float down the river, and you see a celebration that is running down the river. People happy, people rejoicing, holding up the paintings of a particular man, a nondescript white man that you know as Calvin, and you awaken.
All right, that was weird.
If Vivian Vivance and Guy Van Guy own this hotel, then they probably are loaded. I want to go up to the 4th floor. I would like to take the elevator because it has buttons. I want to push the button number 4, and hopefully I arrive on the 4th floor.
Okay.
Excellent. There appears to be a hallway that is much like the hall in 3 that had all of the rooms. If I take a look down that hallway, are there doors at the moment, or are there not doors at the moment?
There is only one door, and it is 401.
Well, I haven't found anything valuable yet. Maybe 401's my lucky number. I'd like to unlock 401 with the master key.
Okay, you do that. It is the same exact scene, nondescript room situation.
Well, they're at least uniform. I'll give them that. I'd like
Well,
to
it's
walk in.
What does uniform mean?
Like, I don't.
They all look the same. I
What-
get that. Yeah.
What do you mean? It only has one meaning. That means the same.
Right.
To think
good
that the
point.
word uniform has a
mean
different
anything
meaning
else.
is a bit
Blasphemy.
preposterous, if you ask me.
You know, you make a
This
strong
is-
point.
This is not a homonym for anything else.
Yeah.
I'm going to do a cursory casing of the joint. Is there anything good, or is it just going to be a lamp? All right, I'm going to tug
Just
the
the
lamp
lamp.
off 3 times.
All right, jack it
Tug,
off
tug,
3
tug.
times, and you black out. Now you find yourself in a complete and total cornfield. It is empty entirely, but there's a kind of a young child, I would say, by maybe the age of like 10 or 11. It's in like overalls, maybe like a plaid shirt. They've got blonde hair, short cut. It's a boy. They're kind of running around, and they see you, and they charge right up to you, and they go, "Hello, sir. What are you doing in my cornfield?"
I am asking myself the same thing. I seem to.
Why did you put a door in my cornfield?
I don't know if I'm the one who put that there, but I did come through it.
Well, you're the. I mean, it wasn't here a minute ago. You're the. I mean, you're. If I think about this, you're the only one here. It's very cool that you're here. I like that you can just like. Do you take a doorway with you everywhere you
No.
go?
Do you feel that it is probable or likely that someone can just take a doorway with them and it go through? Is that something? Do you feel like that's something that could reasonably happen?
The people who should take doors with them wherever they go. I don't know, unless you're like a handyman or something. But I don't know. You'd want to be fixing a door that wasn't here before in a cornfield, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Well, let's just pretend that you might be overthinking this a little bit. And I'm not a magic doorman, but someone who might just happen to be lost in a cornfield. Would you?
What does the door
This
go to?
cornfield. It goes to
Does it
this.
just go the other
cornfield.
side? It goes to the
Yeah.
cornfield. Okay. Do you like bats?
Like the baseball variety?
No, the ones that the ones that
Oh,
fly in
like
the
the
sky.
animal.
I like
Okay.
that one.
Yeah.
I like.
Yeah,
Where-
the bats. Yeah.
Yeah. Where are
Do
we?
you like them? You're
We're in a
on
field of
my
dreams.
farm.
Does your farm have an address, a mailing address? Like if I wanted to send you a letter, what would I put on the envelope?
You would put on it. That's a really great question,
Really great
Mister.
question.
I'm not 100% sure. I'd have to ask my mom
Where
and
do you
dad.
go to
Yeah.
school
Mhm.
at?
Sometimes my aunt comes to my house and
teaches you?
teaches me things. It happens on the
You
occasion.
have
Yeah,
do you
it
have
does. It happens on the. Oh, no,
you?
no,
Do
it's
you-
just-
do
it's
you
just
work
me.
on the farm.
me.
Is that what you do? Your time?
I mean, no, I
Okay.
mean, yeah. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I. like to
run
run around.
But that's how you pass your
Is-
time as a child. You don't go to school.
Why are you asking me? Are you like an investigator, sir? Are you like a detective or
About a
something?
quarter of us is.
It's what I do. I'm trying to figure stuff out. Have you
This kid
You're,
knows too much.
You're a better doorman than a detective for sure. I really
knows
like
too
your
much.
door.
Get out.
I really wish I could say something complimentary of you right now.
Ask him
but
his
you seem
name.
to be pretty fragmented. Yeah, what's your name? Is it Calvin?
Oh, no, it's not. It's not Calvin. My name is It's Mortimer.
Why are you telling strangers your name?
Yep. Well, my name's actually
Percy.
Percy.
Okay.
Percy's the better name.
That's
Percy's
that's
better.
a good
Yeah,
move, Mortimer Percy. You're still talking to strangers, though. Have your parents ever had any conversations with you about talking to strangers, especially ones you've run across in on your property in a cornfield?
Yeah, but they're
Your
kind of
parents are
boring.
boring. Your parents are going to keep you safe.
Yeah. From what?
I'm going
From
to peel
men with
back
doors?
my shirt a little bit to reveal where I got stabbed. It's
Oh,
not
that's
cool.
I
Oh, where'd
don't
you get
think
that?
had the effect
Did
we were
you,
looking
did you
for.
get that installing the door out here? Did you get a nail
This
in
was
you?
from a knife, not a hammer or a nail.
Hey, can you make a door for me that I can sled on?
Then you
So it
just want a
snows.
sled. Why would you want
A door would
whole
be really
door that's too large? You want something small and compact. And where are you going to
Also-
sled in this cornfield, Mortimer Percy? Where are you going to sled?
Can I go with you? Can I go with you to the snow factory?
I didn't come from the snow factory.
Do you make it snow?
Why are
too?
you about to go with a stranger
Well,
someplace?
you're. Oh, I don't. I'm not. I'm not going to go with a stranger because your name is
All right.
Marjorie.
Marjorie.
My name is Marjorie. Yes. Mortimer
uh,
Percy, would you like to go through that door and see where it leads? Okay.
Yeah. And he
Cool.
that
runs
may
through the
have
door.
been a bad idea.
Why did he ask us about
But
bats?
it's not my bad idea though.
True.
This,
You think he's like a vampire
listen,
kid?
he gets taught like once a week. We're doing his aunt a favor right now. Okay.
Did it seem like he'd seen other people in this field before? He seemed less concerned about us and more concerned about the fact there was a door.
He's 10.
I think he's a vampire kid.
Maybe we just stay here.
In 2 years, he's going to discover his penis, and it's going to be all over. It's going to be end of days.
All right, but that does mean we have a 10-year-old kid running around in a motel. I feel somewhat responsible for that, even if I'm technically not.
You shouldn't.
Should we?
I don't think it's.
I'm absolving you.
Okay,
of that
then how
guilt.
about this? Then how about curiosity? Let's see if he actually made it to the other side of the door.
Now, I'm going to stand on my tippy toes. Is there anything else in this cornfield? Like, can I see anything? It's just corn all over.
Nope.
Okay,
Just
I'm
corn.
not interested.
Is there a
Indiana,
house?
my friend.
No,
or
I'm
is it
not-
Just, whoa,
I'm not
Nope.
interested in getting lost in a cornfield.
we're in the corn dimension.
I'm going to go back through the door.
Bring some corn just in case.
All right. When you do that, the door closes behind you and you hear a rumbling. It's almost like a rumbling through the hall. Kind of almost like you feel like a wind rushing through. It's almost like a tornado is like almost blowing through your building. And the back of the hall almost breaks itself out and jagged pieces of wood start flying towards you. Could you please do a what do I want you to roll? Something fun. I think it would be a inertia roll to be like avoiding these pieces of the hotel that are legitimately
Not
just
a
like flying
coordination?
right at you. That's coordination. Yeah, you're probably right. I think it would be. So you're avoiding it.
That's a 9.
Okay, great. I'm gonna take a point of deja vu from that, and what's gonna happen next is like you see that there is like almost this like gust of wind, like it's almost like a wall of wind, like a thick tornado that is like plowing through this hotel. It's coming at you from the other end of the hall. The elevator's behind you. It's like coming towards the elevator. What are you going to do?
Where was it in relation to me in the elevator?
It's ahead of you, so in front of you, down the hall, you're at 401. Down the hall
Gotcha.
at 407, the tornado has come through and it is heading towards the elevator.
Okay.
What are you going to
We're not
do?
aware of any stairwells, are we? We have not seen any stairwells. It's
No.
yeah, just got it. I'm going to run as quickly as I can to the fourth floor, or to the elevator on 4, and I don't know. I'm just gonna hit any button. I'm gonna jam every button that I can, and I'm gonna let you decide where we end up at, because I just want away from here.
Okay. So you're gonna jam all the buttons and try to just
Yes.
get out. That's gonna be, I think,
Probably interface.
I think that's a
signal
signal
discipline?
roll. Because you're yeah, you are trying to. I think. Yeah, signal would make sense.
4, I'm going to spend Deja Vu to turn that into a mixed success. I also want to say that when you took that point of world Deja Vu, that filled up your bar.
Okay, cool. You shoot up into the air. As you shoot up into the air, it's almost like you're at a velocity that you just faint. You were trapped inside this gold elevator that is shot up into the air, and you faint. In your blackout, you look down at yourself, and you see that you're wearing a uniform. On your uniform, there is a giant E. All of a sudden, you remember this is a uniform. People wear uniforms
Holy moly.
when they work. I was working. On the E, you recognize essentially stars around it. And you look up to see a group of other folks dressed in the same uniform. All of you are having a discussion that you just aren't a part of. And then you hear everyone say, agreed. And you see in front of you your brother dressed in the same uniform as he ignites the end of a flamethrower. And you realize that you are on kind of an aircraft carrier. On this aircraft carrier, you are deposited onto a small island in the sky where you begin murdering people. So much that the people that are on fire are still hanging on to life somehow, some way, jumping off the sides of this island. As it breaks and crumbles and falls through the sky, houses are taken with it. This location seems to be unstable, and you reboard your aircraft carrier, and the rest of the people in uniform are smiling and giving each other high fives and congratulatory statements as the aircraft carrier zooms away from the rubble that is falling from the sky. And you open your eyes, and you are on the floor of an elevator in the middle of a hotel lobby, a little bit sideways. And there is a bellhop in front of you that says, hey, detective, are you okay?
Never better.